Hey guys, my name is Adriana again, and since I didn't go over my two truths and one lie from the second video, I want to just tell you guys that my lie was that my favorite color was yellow. My favorite color is not yellow, it's black, so if you guys got that one wrong, there you go. But this week we had to talk about the video we watched, the first half of the video of A Class Divided, and the most interesting, intriguing, and surprising thing I've learned from watching the first half of the video of the documentary that we watched, I would say is the fact that when the teacher first told the kids, okay, so blue-eyed kids are better, they're smarter, and she kept putting down the brown-eyed kids, and she kept like kind of supporting the blue-eyed kids. Um, the fact that just the kids themselves like felt that they were better than the other kids and they're smarter than other kids, that they had more power over the other kids, that kind of surprised me and kind of shocked me in a way, because it does come up a lot that I've heard the study in other psych classes that I've taken, and it didn't really surprise me much that that happened, but watching the video kind of like made me realize that, oh my god, man, these kids were mean. But just like acknowledging as the video went on, these kids were like actually playing with each other the day before, and all of a sudden that when she said that they're better, the blue-eyed kids were better than them, the brown-eyed kids, and then they were smarter than them, they just like completely changed. And same goes around, it was just different whenever the brown-eyed kids were better than the other kids, and they just treated them just so differently. So um strengths and weaknesses about this video, or about this lesson that this lady gave. She so the strengths I wrote down were: kids learned about discrimination, kids learned about equality, learned about prejudices and stereotypes, that they're not all, discrimination is not right, and that no one should be put down by the color of their skin, the color of their eyes, anything. So I felt that that was some of the strengths. I also wrote that some of the strengths that they were talking about during the video was that whenever they were like given more power, the kids, they had higher test scores, and then continuing after they once they understood that everybody was equal, they still showed signs of having higher test scores. And I thought that was a really good strength, that once they were exposed to discrimination, they did better in school. So weakness I thought of about this lesson was it was traumatic, like a traumatic experience for these kids. They continued to carry this on throughout their life. Yes, it was for a good cause that they were learning about discrimination, but still it was a traumatic event that put a lot of stress on the children when they're so young. So that was a weakness I seen. Also, the weakness of having them have lower test scores the day of their experience of that trauma kind of made me see it as a weakness. It also caused very low self-esteem on a third grader, and I felt like that was kind of like harsh in a way, because I understand that it's for a good cause, but still they're just so young, and having low self-esteem that young kind of like brings them, like, it causes really bad stress on kids, and I don't think that that was probably like something that they shouldn't have done, but I understand that it was good for a good thing. So but to talk further on about the video, I did watch the whole video through, and they did it on adults, and I found it very interesting. So if you haven't watched the whole video, I recommend that you do so, because it was very interesting how adults would react to this discrimination and collar wearing and being exposed to discrimination and understanding after that, yes, that people walk every day, women walk every day, in colored women walk every day with this discrimination like on their shoulders, and having people with blue eyes understand that at an older age and kind of talking through this, these emotions they had kind of like made me like, I don't know, it was really inspiring, and I feel like this training should be carried on through education or through workplaces as well, anywhere. So yes, I am very supportive of this lesson of discrimination. And even though there was kind of some weaknesses or some cons, you would say, I think that overall, the whole lesson that was taught here, then, was for a better cause. Because as you've seen, if you watch the video all the way through, the 30 something minutes that he told us to watch, but that when they're adults, they placed what they learned from when they were younger onto their kids. So they raised their kids to become better people, to see discrimination, and to treat people fairly and equally. So yes, it carries on through their whole life, and just seeing that this lesson was carried on and they still carried on in their lives and as adults, kind of like even supports it even more, that it's a strength. But that's my opinion, and those are my answers to those questions. Talk to you guys next week.